Hey everyone, I'm Molly Wood. Welcome to the CNET Mailbag, the show where we take your feedback and answer your questions about the stuff we're doing here at CNET. Let's get started with what I am now officially calling our burning question. Jamie and oh so many others asked us, "Hi Molly, I was wondering when the HD podcasts are coming to iTunes, because I noticed that a few weeks ago there were 2 or 3 HD podcasts in my library and then they disappeared. Thanks, love the show." Yes, you may remember that we accidentally delivered some HD episodes into the feed, and we've since rolled out HD streaming at cnettv.com, but we haven't resumed the HD podcast delivery. That's because we run our podcast producer, Jason Howell, straight into the ground all day, every day, and he hasn't had time. But he says he'll have them up and running this week, and we're holding him to it. Now, here are a couple things to know about this. If you want to get the HD versions of our video podcasts, you will have to subscribe to the new HD feeds. We'll post those feed links at podcast.cnet.com as soon as they're available, and they'll of course be in iTunes. There will still be a standard definition version for those of you who aren't quite ready for those Mondo downloads. And also, we won't be re-encoding older videos in HD, so the new HD feed that you subscribe to will just kind of start that day. No HD archives for you. Sorry. Next up, Scott wrote in and said, "What is with the voice at the beginning of the Buzz Report? Please get rid of it. I will give you $2. Is that a deal?" He means this.
Now, from the #1 on-air and online information source for the digital age.
Well, here's the thing, Scott. That voice is Don LaFontaine. And we found out right after he died that he actually used to announce a show called CNET Central for CNET when we were a TV network in the 90s. And we think that's really cool, and so cool that we felt like we should honor him by using that intro on the Buzz Report. Plus, I love it. Like, love it, love it. But if you all hate it, that's cool. Just tell me, and we'll see how it goes. Moving right along, L'Enfant Terrible had a question about last week's show. Did you just pointlessly mention Mark Licea in Mailbag because he is hot, or because he actually liked your top from Banana Republic? Maybe he did. It really doesn't matter, because it's great that you mentioned him and flashed his picture too, because he is hot. I would like to suggest you mention Mark Licea in any context, anytime. Like someone said they couldn't find the link to a thing on CNET website. You could say, you know who couldn't find the link to the thing on the CNET website? Mark Licea. Flash Mark's picture. And then proceed to show or tell how to find the link thing. Preferably get Mark to demonstrate it too with his muscular arms. Sigh. I'll see what we can do, L'Enfant. That's actually not why I mentioned him last week. Unless it was a subconscious thing. You know who else has a subconscious? Mark Licea. I did it again. Anyway, Sam from Australia wrote in and said, in Brian Tong's quick tip about Gmail and fighting spam, he had a green MacBook. What is it? Some type of shield? Custom? Sam, I know. It's cool, right? Here's how cool it actually is. The case is called the Spec Hardshell from specproducts.com. Not only does Brian Tong have one, or like 10, he used to work at Spec, and it was his idea. Like, he invented it, and it was the first laptop case of its kind ever. And thank you for asking that question, because I never would have found out this amazing fact about Brian Tong if you hadn't written in. So awesome. All right, speaking of that quick tip, Alex, aka Tails from the IRC, I know what that means, says, Brian did a tip on finding spam with Gmail and said you have 2 email addresses. Well, you actually have a bazillion. You can add a plus sign to your email address. So ilovemollywood@gmail.com would become ilovemollywood plus cnet@gmail.com, ilovemollywood plus iphone@gmail.com, ilovemollywood plus cylon@gmail.com, or anything else. Just thought I'd pass it along. Tails, that is an awesome tip. Thank you, and thanks for all your emails, everyone. Keep that feedback coming. Mailbag@cnet.com or send me a postcard. 235 2nd Street, San Francisco, California, 94105. See you next time.